Slippery fraudsters allegedly trying to squeeze into the olive oil market by selling fake oil have been caught and handcuffed in Italy.
42 tons of fake olive oil seized in Italy. $1 million worth of counterfeit product. 7 arrests. And it's not the only one. In the last 5 years, major olive oil brands sold at Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, and Costco have been exposed in lawsuits, recalls, and fraud investigations. 73% of top-selling imported brands failed quality tests. Some paid millions in settlements. Others are connected to the Calabrian Mafia. Today, we're counting down the 10 deceptive olive oil brands Americans should never buy, and revealing the 4 safe alternatives you can trust. Starting with number 10, Pompeian. Pompeian is one of the best-selling olive oil brands in America, found at Walmart, Target, and nearly every major grocery store from coast to coast. That familiar green and gold label is everywhere. But in the landmark 2011 UC Davis study, Pompeian was one of the top-selling imported brands that failed to meet extra virgin olive oil standards. It passed some chemical tests, but failed the sensory test conducted by 2 separate IOC-accredited panels. It didn't taste or smell like true extra virgin olive oil should. Then in August 2018, the North American Olive Oil Association tested over 200 samples and found 2 instances of fraud. Pompeian was one of them. The issue was deceptive labeling. What was on the bottle didn't match what was inside. For a company that's been in business since 1906 and positions itself as a trusted American brand, this is a massive betrayal. And it's a betrayal that leads us directly to our next brand. Number 9, Star. Star is everywhere. Walmart, Kroger, Safeway, and just about every major retailer across the country. It's one of those brands that's been around forever and that many American families trust without question. But Star was also one of the top-selling imported brands that failed the sensory panels in the 2011 UC Davis report. In fact, 73% of the top-selling imported brands failed both panels, and Star was right there in that group. The UC Davis researchers used 2 separate IOC-accredited sensory panels to eliminate bias. Both panels independently determined that Star did not meet extra virgin standards. This led to a massive class action lawsuit filed in August 2010 against 10 major olive oil brands, including Star. The lawsuit alleged that these brands were deceiving American consumers by labeling their products as extra virgin when they weren't. When you're standing in the aisle at Walmart trying to decide which olive oil to buy, you should be able to trust that what's on the label is actually in the bottle. With Star, that trust has been broken, and that broken trust is a theme we'll see again with our next brand. Number 8, Colavita. Colavita positions itself as a premium, authentic Italian olive oil. The marketing emphasizes Italian heritage, traditional production, and superior quality. It's sold at higher prices at stores like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, but it's another brand that was exposed in the UC Davis study for failing to meet extra virgin standards. Like Star and Pompeian, Colavita failed the sensory panels. Both IOC-accredited panels determined that it lacked the flavor and aroma of genuine extra virgin olive oil. When you're paying 30% to 50% more for a brand that promises authentic Italian extra virgin olive oil, and then independent testing reveals it doesn't even meet basic extra virgin standards, that's a serious problem. Colavita was also named in the 2010 class action lawsuit alongside Star, Pompeian, Bertolli, and other major brands. The lawsuit alleged systematic deception of American consumers through false labeling. For American families who pay a premium for what they believe is authentic, high-quality Italian olive oil, this is a serious betrayal of trust, and this pattern of deception continues with our next brand. If you're finding this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more food safety investigations, and drop a comment. Did you have any of these brands in your pantry? Number 7, Mezzetta. Mezzetta is well known in American stores, famous for its olives, peppers, and Italian specialty foods. You'll find their products at Safeway, Albertsons, and grocery stores across the country. But their olive oil was also named in the 2010 class action lawsuit for allegedly mislabeling their olive oil as extra virgin. The lawsuit claimed that American consumers were being systematically deceived by brands selling lower quality oil under the extra virgin label. While Mezzetta's olive oil issues haven't been as widely publicized as some of the other brands on this list, being part of this lawsuit raises serious questions about their quality control and labeling practices. For a brand that's a staple in many American kitchens and that has built its reputation on Italian authenticity, this is a major concern, and it's a concern that extends to other beloved brands as well. Number 6, Goya. Goya is a beloved brand in many, American households, especially in Hispanic communities. It's one of the largest Hispanic-owned food companies in America, and their products are found in virtually every grocery store from coast to coast. But their olive oil has been implicated in quality issues. Goya was mentioned in several reports as one of the brands that failed to meet extra virgin olive oil standards in independent testing. A widely circulated report from a Canadian testing agency in 1999 found that 20% of the 100 olive oils they tested were fraudulent. Goya was mentioned in connection with this and other testing failures. For a brand that so many American families trust, especially in communities where Goya is a household name, the potential for low quality or mislabeled olive oil is a serious issue. And this issue of quality control becomes even more alarming with our next brand. Number 5. Carapelli. Carapelli promotes itself as a premium Italian import. The marketing emphasizes centuries of Italian tradition, superior quality, and authentic extra virgin olive oil. It's sold at higher prices at stores like Whole Foods, but in 2016, Deoleo, the parent company of both Carapelli and Bertolli, issued a recall of their extra virgin olive oils in 20 states across America. The reason? Premature oxidation, which caused an off odor and taste. Premature oxidation indicates that the oil was either old, improperly stored, or low quality to begin with. Extra virgin olive oil should be fresh, vibrant, and aromatic. If it's oxidizing prematurely and developing off odors and tastes, something is seriously wrong. This recall affected American consumers in 20 states who had purchased what they thought was premium Italian olive oil. Instead, they got rancid, oxidized oil. Carapelli was also one of the brands named in the 2010 class action lawsuit for mislabeling. So we have a brand that's been sued for deceptive labeling and that has issued recalls for poor quality. And Carapelli's sister brand is even more notorious. Number 4. Bertolli. Bertolli is one of the most recognizable olive oil brands in the world, and a staple in American kitchens from coast to coast. Walk into any Walmart, Target, Costco, or grocery store in America, and you'll see Bertolli prominently displayed. But that reputation has been shattered by a string of lawsuits, recalls, and quality scandals. Bertolli was one of the top-selling brands that failed the sensory tests in the 2011 UC Davis study. Like Pompeian, Star, and Colavita, it didn't have the flavor and aroma characteristics of true extra virgin olive oil. But it gets worse. In 2018, Deoleo, Bertolli's parent company, agreed to a $7 million settlement in a class action lawsuit over mislabeling Bertolli Extra Light and Bertolli Classico olive oil. The lawsuit alleged that the company misled American consumers about the quality and origin of the oil. $7 million, that's how much it cost the company to settle claims that they were deceiving American consumers. And let's not forget the 2016 recall for premature oxidation that also affected Bertolli products in 20 states. With a $7 million settlement for deceiving consumers, a major recall, and a history of failing quality tests, Bertolli is a brand that American consumers should be very wary of. And the deception doesn't stop there. If this video is opening your eyes to what's really in your pantry, hit that like button and let us know in the comments which of these brands surprised you the most. Number 3. Filippo Berio. Filippo Berio has built its image on Italian heritage and quality. The marketing emphasizes authentic Italian tradition, superior quality, and the promise of real extra virgin olive oil. It's sold at premium prices at stores across America. But a massive lawsuit revealed a very different story. In March 2014, a class action lawsuit was filed against Salov, the company that distributes Filippo Berio in America. The plaintiff alleged that the company was falsely labeling its olive oil as imported from Italy. The lawsuit claimed that the oil was actually sourced from multiple countries around the world and just bottled in Italy. American consumers were paying a premium for what they thought was authentic Italian olive oil, when in reality, it was a blend of oils from Tunisia, Spain, Greece, and other countries. In 2014, the company agreed to a $12 million settlement. This is a classic example of the deceptive labeling that plagues the olive oil industry. The label says imported from Italy, and consumers naturally assume that means the olives were grown in Italy and the oil was produced in Italy. But in many cases, imported from Italy just means it was bottled there. This is not a technicality. This is fraud. American consumers are paying a premium for what they believe is authentic Italian olive oil, when in reality they're getting a blend of oils from all over the world. And this lack of transparency is a huge problem with our next category. Number 2. Store brands from Walmart, Target, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods. Many Americans turn to store brands to save money. It makes sense. Why pay for the fancy label when you can get the same product for less? But when it comes to olive oil, you might be getting what you pay for, or even less. Store brands from major American retailers like Walmart's Great Value, Target's Good and Gather, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods, 365 brand have a very mixed record when it comes to quality. The problem is a fundamental lack of transparency. It's often impossible to know where the oil is sourced from, how it's produced, how old it is, or what quality controls are in place. Retailers contract with various suppliers, and those suppliers can change from batch to batch. Walmart's Great Value olive oil is produced by who knows which supplier on any given day. The oil could be from Italy, Spain, Tunisia, or a blend of all three. It could be fresh, or it could be months old. Now, to be fair, some store brands have received decent ratings in some tests. Whole Foods' 365 brand has gotten mixed reviews. Trader Joe's California Estate olive oil has received some positive ratings because it's sourced from California and subject to California's strict standards. But the overall lack of consistency and transparency makes store brands a risky choice for American consumers who want to be sure they're getting real extra virgin olive oil. And the riskiest choice of all is our number one spot. Number 1. Generic imported from Italy brands. The most dangerous olive oil you can buy in America is the generic no-name brand that simply says imported from Italy. You know the ones. They're usually the cheapest option on the shelf, with a label that features a picture of the Italian countryside and the words extra virgin olive oil and imported from Italy. These are the brands that are most likely to be fraudulent, adulterated, or even connected to criminal activity. In recent years, Italian authorities have uncovered a massive olive oil fraud ring run by the Calabrian Mafia, specifically the Piramali clan. In a major investigation, 33 people were arrested and charged with running an elaborate olive oil scheme. Here's how it worked. They were mixing low-grade oils with chemicals to make them look and taste more like extra virgin olive oil. Then they were labeling it as premium extra virgin olive oil and exporting it to the United States. The Calabrian Mafia is a major player in what's called agro-mafia, which is organized crime's infiltration of the food industry. Olive oil fraud is one of their most profitable schemes. Think about that. When you're buying that cheap imported from Italy olive oil at your local grocery store, there's a real possibility that it's connected to organized crime. This is not just a quality issue, it's a safety issue. Adulterated oils can contain harmful chemicals, allergens, and contaminants that pose real health risks. In December 2025, an infused olive oil brand called Lazza Pasta was recalled in Kentucky for potential botulism contamination. The product was produced without a properly filed and approved manufacturing process, creating conditions for Clostridium botulinum bacteria to grow. Botulism is one of the most lethal toxins known to humans. It can cause muscle weakness, difficulty breathing, paralysis, and even death. And just weeks ago, in January 2026, authorities in Taiwan uncovered a fraud scheme where two companies were blending canola oil into products sold as 100% pure olive oil. Over 3,200 bottles were affected. The European Union reported in July 2024 that olive oil fraud and mislabeling cases hit a record high. When you see that generic imported from Italy olive oil for $5.99 a bottle, ask yourself, how is this possible? Real extra virgin olive oil is expensive to produce. Avoid these generic, suspiciously cheap Italian olive oils at all. Costs. Your health and safety are not worth the risk. With all these deceptive and dangerous brands on the market, the obvious question becomes, what do I get instead? Here are 4 safer options that won't put you at risk. But first, if you feel enlightened, hit that like button and subscribe for more food investigations. Also tell me in the comments, have you used any of these 10 brands? And will you keep using them after today? Now let's talk about the safer options. Safe alternative number 1, California Olive Ranch. California Olive Ranch is one of the most trusted brands on the market. It was one of the California brands that passed the UC Davis test with flying colors. While 73% of imported brands failed the sensory panels, none of the California brands failed. California Olive Ranch is transparent about their sourcing and production. All of their olives are grown in California and pressed within hours of harvest to ensure maximum freshness and quality. They provide harvest dates on their bottles, so you know exactly how fresh your oil is. You can find California Olive Ranch at most major American retailers, including Walmart, Target, Costco, and Whole Foods. It's competitively priced and delivers real extra virgin quality. Safe alternative number 2, oils with the California Olive Oil Council seal. Look for the California Olive Oil Council, or COOC, seal on the bottle. This certification guarantees that the oil is 100% California grown and has passed a rigorous chemical and sensory analysis. To earn the COOC seal, Producers must submit every batch for testing by an independent, accredited laboratory. The oil must pass both chemical tests and sensory tests, conducted by trained tasters. This is one of the most reliable indicators of quality you can find in American stores. When you see the COOC seal, you know you're getting real extra virgin olive oil that has been independently verified. Brands like McAvoy Ranch, Cordo, and Luxero are all COOC certified and available at specialty food stores and online retailers across America. Safe alternative number 3, third-party tested oils with transparent results. Some brands are now providing third-party lab test results to prove their quality and authenticity. Look for QR codes or websites on the bottle where you can view the test results for yourself. This is a great sign of a brand that is committed to transparency and has nothing to hide. Brands like Costarina, Brightland, and Graza provide detailed information about their sourcing, production methods, and testing results. You can scan a QR code on the bottle and see exactly where the olives came from, when they were harvested, and what the lab tests showed. This level of transparency is exactly what the olive oil industry needs. Safe alternative number 4, single estate oils with full traceability. Single estate olive oils are produced from olives grown on a single farm or estate. This provides the ultimate in transparency and traceability. You know exactly where your oil is coming from. These oils are typically more expensive, but you're paying for quality, authenticity, and the peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly what you're getting. Look for single estate oils from reputable producers in California, Greece, Spain, or Italy. Make sure the label includes the estate name, the region where the olives were grown, and ideally a harvest date. These are typically found at specialty food stores like Williams-Sonoma, Sur La Table, or online retailers that specialize in artisanal foods. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more food safety investigations. And let us know in the comments, did you have any of these brands in your pantry? We'll see you in the next one.